crypto. And Bitcoin's slightly lower right now, but this is after rallying to nearly $90,000. These moves are just incredible, really. I mean, Rob, when you look at something like this, do you feel like you just got to play this, whether it's a miner, whether it's the currency itself, whether it's an ETF? I mean, what's your strategy here?
So listen, it's definitely been validated, not violated. And there's been a lot of pull forward because of what this administration campaigned on. And while we're not core holders of Bitcoin or Tesla, we have many clients that own these names. And you have to say that they have been absolutely validated by what is happening. There's a general embracing from the regulatory framework that is, saying that these are real investments, real assets. And I don't think you can ignore that for sure. And I would tell you that to those that hold it and those that are big believers, whether it be a Michael Saylor or an Anthony Scaramucci or an Elon Musk, they don't care about the regulatory environment. They were owners anyway. And I think many people in this space feel exactly like that. I personally own some. We don't recommend it for clients. That happens from time to time.
Bill, you're a believer.
Yeah, I am a believer. I mean, I've personally owned it since 2017, but this year was the first time we incorporated it into client portfolios. And really, it's about sizing it properly. When we did this back in July, we bought IBIT, the ETF, and we did that as a 0.5%, and then we bought Marathon Holdings as a 0.5%. We looked at that as a high beta potential move, and something that could, if we expected Bitcoin to go from 60,000 to 100,000 this year, which is closing in, it's about half of that move so far, we would have expected Marathon Holdings to do 3x. And it's, we're only up about 20% on Marathon Holdings because it's been severely underperforming up to this point. But the way we look at it and what I want to lean on is just how we size things within portfolios and having that crypto exposure and sizing it properly.
And Bryn, you're playing this through an ETF.
Sure. Yeah, I own IBIT, also own some Bitcoin individually, but IBIT, and I think that with the GBTC not becoming a trust, with IBIT, the low fees, the institutionalization of Bitcoin, especially with IBIT, that's capturing the majority assets, coupled with the deregulation and a much friendlier SEC next year, I think institutions are going to be feeling much more comfortable about making this part of their allocation. And so I still think there's lots of tailwinds. That being said, when Coinbase, and I love Brian Armstrong, but when Coinbase, is up 60% in 5 days, that's a big move. And so that's where I'm telling investors, just beware of that FOMO, because you've just had these outsized moves in some of these individual names. And history tells you these names are going to digest and pull back.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's obviously getting an awful lot of attention because of these moves.